Welcome to this talk on freedom from the inner critic and the path to happiness. So today we will address what is the inner critic, where does it come from, how does it impact our lives on a daily basis, and most importantly, what can we do about it? So let's start with what is the inner critic? Quite simply, the inner critic is that voice that makes us miserable. It's that voice that tells us we need to be perfect all the time. It's that voice that tells us we're not enough. It's that voice that tells us that we could have done anything better. Raise your hand if you have that voice. Yes. I'm so glad that you can see each other and that it's not just you. Part of the power of the inner critic is that we think it's just us, and it's saying that something is uniquely messed up and uniquely bad about us, our lives, our thoughts, the way we are. We have two very powerful tools against the inner critic, and that's mindfulness and self-compassion. So let's start right away with a 1-minute mindfulness practice. So get comfortable in your seats. Imagine you could sit as an act of self-friendliness. Put everything down. And together, let's take 1, 4, 7, 8 breath. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhaling out through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when you're with your breath, or when you're with your body, you're not being self-critical. And any moment of awareness in the present moment, in that moment, you're not being judgmental. You're not saying some critical story about what's happening. So we'll spend just a few moments with the body and the breath. With your eyes closed, let your forehead release. Soften the skin on your face. Release the jaw. Relax the throat. Soften the shoulders. Let your back lean fully against the chair. Let your chest be light and buoyant. Let your belly soften. Feel the heaviness of the legs and let the legs relax completely. Feel the feet grounded. And now put a hand to your chest. And for a moment, let the hand be the witness of your breath. So place all your awareness, so many places your awareness can be, place all your awareness on the space between your palm and the chest. And let the palm move up and down with the breath. Feeling that movement. Feeling that motion. Feeling that warmth of the palm to the chest. And letting your mind transition from the complexity of thoughts to the simplicity of breath, to the simplicity of feeling in the present moment. And now take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out through the mouth, releasing the breath completely. The difference between a neutral statement or a self-compassionate statement and a self-critical statement or judgmental statement is in how it's spoken. I was working with the New York Supreme Court recently, and something I never thought I'd do is give a talk to judges of the appellate court on how not to be judgmental. And we talked about this exact thing, that it's not about what you're saying or the thought itself, it's about the intention and the tone of the thought. So if it's delivered with disappointment, frustration, aggression, that's inner criticism. You can make the exact same point as a neutral discernment, and then it's not a judgment, or you can make the exact same point in a supportive way. I think the art of speech is saying the truth in gentle, beautiful words. That is a way of avoiding the inner critic. So the path to happiness is present moment awareness, because when you're actually aware of the present moment, there's no inner critic. Self-compassion and compassion.